Hi everyone, Lee here from Pedalboards today, once again bringing you this week's news. Let's just get through it. If you want to subscribe and hit the notification bell, that will give you updates every week of the latest news, and we'll be bringing out demos, 1 or 2 every week. So lots and lots of material coming to you every week from us. Got to be quick on this one, so let's crack them out. Keeley have brought out a new version of Katana. That was their very first pedal. It is a JFET boost. If you've not run a JFET boost into a valve amp, do it. It is such a deep experience. It really sounds great because JFETs sound very valve-like anyway, and you can crank that. The Katana is a boost. What they've done quite interestingly is on the front it almost looks like an Apple mouse. It's very white and it's just got a single knob on it. It's called Throwback White, in fact. The knob is on the side. It's an oversized knob, and you control that with your feet. So you can like change the amount of boost during your lead or whatever you're doing. So that's really cool. You could even get like a bit of a soft tremolo effect going, I suppose. If you like pull that knob out, you'll get an extra 30 decibels of volume, which is a huge amount, and that's all there to really push your amp, push those tubes and get them absolutely singing. It's so good. Internally, this has a 9 to 8 voltage pump, so you put your 9 volts in as you normally would, but internally it's upgrading that to 18 volts, so that gives you a lot more headroom. Very cool. This looks awesome. I saw a post from Rob Keeley yesterday, and he was saying like how it's like sold like so many, like sold like 150 in 100 minutes or something along those lines. Just ridiculous. So yeah, if you manage to get your hands on one of them, let me know, because I'm interested in hearing how it is. Next up, Strymon have brought out a conduit. Now, let's clarify. Okay, there's an issue with pedals that have MIDI capability, but instead of having MIDI in and MIDI out, so you can run several MIDI pedals together, many pedals just have a MIDI in, and it is an issue. Imagine just having a pedal that only had an audio in and no audio out, so you can carry on the rest of your chain. Well, MIDI is a bit like that. MIDI has to have a MIDI in and MIDI out. So this conduit, what it does is you put your MIDI into it and it can go out to multiple pedals at once. Great idea. Really good way of doing it. These are $149. Oh, the Katana is $179. Sorry. Yeah. So it's got a built-in ground loop on the conduit, which is good, because if you've ever had like interference coming through your MIDI chain, it is like the most confusing thing in the world to diagnose where that's coming from. You shouldn't be getting interference coming through your MIDI chain, but it does happen. I've had it. Absolutely mental. What's cool about this, although you've got like your 4 normal ones out, and then you've got a 5-pin out as well, so the TRS is out, you can expand it. So a bit like their power supplies, you know, if you need more power, you can run them off of each other, so this is expandable as well. Pretty cool bit of kit. Well done, Strymon. This is what a lot of people were asking for. Nice one. Moving on. Haunted Labs, really cool company based over in the States. They've brought out a new pedal called the Old Ruin. Now this is an overdrive, higher gain overdrive up to distortion. So you've got your volume, you've got your gain, and then you'd expect to have a tone knob, but instead of a tone knob they've put a texture control. At lower settings it's an overdrive, and it goes all the way up to distortion, and it sounds really good from the sound samples I've heard. These are going to be $159. Very simple pedal, but really versatile as well. I love it when people do that. It's really clever. So yeah, top marks. Okay, finally this week we've got the Zeus from TC Electronics. It is a clone, but it's not a clone. It's a clone, but most clones, if they're accurate, have these glass diodes, and instead of that, what they've done in here is they've used germanium diodes, which will give you like a more softer clipping sort of, because I think the clone's hard clipping. Anyway, that is one difference. So if you're a bit of a purist, this isn't going to be the sort of clon for you. However, it's nice that someone's taking that recipe and doing something a bit different with it. It's got a clean blend on it as well. It's got a fat switch, so you can like turn it onto a flubby low end, or you can turn it on to more of a tighter fat end. So if you're using it as a boost into your high gain amp, like people use a TS9, you'll get the ability to tighten up the low end nicely. I prefer the sound of a clon tighten up a high gain sound than I do a TS9 tighten up a high gain sound. These are going to be around £50, I reckon. Looks quite interesting. You can switch the buffer on and off as well internally. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm interested in this. This is something that TC have brought out that I'm interested in. A lot of their other stuff I've not been particularly fond of as of late, but this could be cool. They might be limited though. I heard a rumour that these could be limited because of the germanium diodes. Who knows? We shall soon see, shan't we? That's this week's news. Like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff, please. Thank you very much. See you next week. Bye bye.